Yes. So we are going to decode the syllabus, that what we are going to cover in this paper. First of all, we will start with the detailed overview on labor welfare. Then we will move towards the acts, which are most important for the preparation of EOAO and the APFC. We are going to delve in depth with all the acts. So first act we will study, that is the Payment of Wages Act 1936. I would like you all that you should actually write it down, what I am writing it. I will definitely provide you the PDF of the notes as well. But when you will write it down in your notebook, na, that is going to be the best notes for you also. So I will always encourage the students to write it by their own. So next is the Minimum Wages Act. Minimum Wages Act, that is of 1948. Next is the Industrial Employment and Standing Orders Act 1956. Then comes the Trade Act 1926. Then we will move to the, that is Factories Act 1948. Then Industrial Disputes Act 1947. Actually, we are going to discuss about the each and every acts in this class. It seems little bit boring because the only factual things we are going to study. What are the role of the acts? What are the inspector doing in that acts? What are the facilities they are providing in particular acts? So it is going to be very factual. We don't have to keep put it much analysis in that. So what I'm going to teach is you don't have to mug up the things. I have concised the whole syllabus. I have taken it from the labor laws, Ministry of Labor Law and Employment website, and from the various sources also, such as the IGNU. So I keep the syllabus, notes very concise so that you can revise multiple times. Okay. So now moving towards the other, that is the child Child and Adolescent Labor Prohibition Act 1986. Okay.
Sorry, Siddharth sir.
Next is,
It is still the connectivity issue is there from your side, I think. Audio is breaking and sorry,
okay,
Siddharth
okay,
sir. It is
okay,
still
just a minute.
breaking and
Okay, guys, sorry for the issues. Now everything is sorted out. Now you will be you will get the clear audio and video as well. So if still my voice is breaking, then please let me know in the message section. Adit sir, are you there? Then please.
The
The
audio
audio
is
is
clear.
clear. Okay, audio is clear. Now video will be also clear because I have connected with another. Fine. Audio is clear. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. So next the things which we are discussing is Interstate Migrant Workmen Act. Interstate Migrant Workman Act, that is of 1979. Next is the Contract Labor Regulation and Abolition Act, that is of 1970. Okay. Uh, After this, it remains, I think, three. Yes, three major act which we have to discuss. That is the Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Then comes the Building and, I hope everyone is writing the thing which I am writing here. Building and Other Construction Workers Act 1996. And last is the Mines Act 1952. After describing, after explaining all these 12 acts, we will then move towards the four labor codes, the new four labor codes. Still, it's not been implemented in the India, but we didn't find any question from that labor code also. But who knows? Question can comes. Then we will briefly see all the four labor codes in the last session of our this syllabus. Okay, so let's begin with the labor laws. Labor welfare classes. Okay, so everyone is fine. Audio and video is clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Good, very good. So, with the same enthusiasm, we are starting our lecture. That is the labor welfare. I have already said that this is going to be very, very means subjective syllabus. Means you have to only mug up the things. You have to remember the facts from this syllabus. So it is might some people got to know that this is going to be boring classes, but do not uh, left it for the sake of last time of the preparation. You just start revising the things from the now itself so that you can get a good grab over the subjects, because much of the questions are coming from these areas. And our team is working on the specifically PYQ, compilation of PYQs, which you will get the syllabus subject-wise PYQs compilation shown in the group itself, paid group itself. So don't worry, the team is working on that very hard to provide you these things. So let's start with the labor welfare. So labor welfare, anyone can explain me what is labor welfare? Anyone can explain me what is labor welfare? Can anyone?
There any act or any kind of step taken
Mhm.
to for the upliftment of the labors in context of industrial output, things like that called labor
Yeah,
welfare.
yeah, very good. Means you are quite correct. You are quite correct. But actually, everyone, the thing is now, the thing is that everyone knows about from the term itself that labor welfare is what. Yeah, but actually, the concept, actually, the standard definition we have to remember now. So, labor welfare is an important aspects of industrial relation. Everyone is known. Welfare activity is an industry encompasses not only workers but their families also. So this is important not only for workers but for the families also, right? So understand where the UPSC will play with you. They will play with the mind with you that they will only give the words only workers, but no, there are the provision of their families also. So do not make mistakes. These are the things now from where questions are coming in the examination. So don't worry about that. Read it and mark it in your notebook. Okay, next coming the concept of labor welfare find its origin in the DPSP inserted in the Constitution of India. DPSP. So Article 38, Article 41, Article 42 and Article 43 and last is the Article 47. These five articles are completely connected with the labor welfare of the country. I think everyone has studied the polity of India, right? And the constitution of the India. I will suggest you all and I will request you all also that you should be some more engaging. At least when I ask something, you should try to uh, give the response in message itself because I have the access of message also. I can see. So, so I believe that you have studied about this all articles, right? Article 38 directs the state to secure a social order for the promotion of the welfare of the people. Yes, good. Fine, fine, fine. Right? And the Article 41 requires the state shall make effective provision for securing the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, and uh, disablement, and in other cases of undeserved one. Right? And the same goes with the Article 42, 43, and 47. So this is the things which are connected. The question will come. How the question will come in the labor welfare section? They will give the article name and they will say which of the article is not connected with the labor welfare. Got my point? So this is the way you have to understand that these are the only articles which are connected with the labor welfare of the nation. So remember this five article especially. You will definitely know about the some more articles in the industrial relation as well, but do not confused with the other things. Fine. So now we are moving toward the definition. Labor welfare refers to the whole range of benefits, amenities, and facilities, including social security provided by employers to workers beside their wages that helps in maintaining and improving their health, safety, and quality of life. Fine. So this is the definition. Actually, they are not asking definition in the examination because the exam is of prelims. objective type question will be asked in there. I believe there are the students in our class who have given EPFO exam last time also, and someone is preparing for the first time. So I have to put these things in our notes, that what is labor welfare is the definition and all the things. Otherwise, I would have skipped this also, because these are of no use as perspective of the examination. Okay. So these things can be anything from providing medical benefits. In labor welfares, what are the things which we are providing? The first is the medical benefits, like health insurance. Okay. To making sure the workplace is safe, like having fire exit and safety equipments, to offering extra perks like paid time off or recreational facilities. The goal of labor welfare is to make sure that workers not only have enough money to live on, but also have the support and resources they need to live well rounded, healthy lives, both at work and outside of it. So it is about more than just the money, more than just the money. It's about looking out for the well being of employees in all aspects of their life. So, understand one thing: welfare is not only providing the salary to the person who is working, also providing the proper sanitation, also providing the proper health insurance, also providing the proper lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. Okay. So, these are not for the particular person who is working, for the family also, for that person's family also, the company or the institution or the state have to provide the same things. Okay. Now coming to the evaluation of concept of labor welfare. The concept of labor welfare as we understand today has developed over a period of time. The evolution of labor welfare in India may be broadly divided into three phases. So first is phase 1, 1850 to 1900. I am just explaining this from the historical aspects also, because there may be some question which can be come from the historical aspects. So these are the things which we have to discuss, and you have to remember this also. Don't worry, lots of remember. No, you don't have to remember all the things. You just have to mug up the things which where there is a data, facts or date are mentioned. Okay. So now comes to the phase 1, 1850 to 1900. This era witnessed the initial growth of industrialization coupled with the exploitation of labor by employers seeking higher profits. Worker endured long hours, obviously. If anyone has learned the world history, uh, if the NCRT also, or if you are preparing for the civil services, then you have understood about the industrialization, first industrialization, right? In that there is the case of the long hours, unsafe working condition. So this is what here it's been mentioned. So long hours, unsafe working condition, job insecurity and meager wages. Fine, meager wages. However, some governmental measures were introduced to ameliorate this condition. The Apprentice Act 1850, the Fatal Accident Act 1853, enactment of the Indian Factories Act 1881, and the Merchant Shipping Act 1859. These are the cases of ancient time. There is very less chance by from which the question can be asked. But I have just kept it in brief that you should at least know what is that act is aimed for. Okay. The Apprentice Act 1850 aimed to helping poor children to learn trades and crafts. The Fatal Accident Acts 1853 had the provision for giving compensation to families of workers who lost their lives. Remember it, what I have written, that is very concise. So just try to remember this. Write it in your paper page, pen and paper, and stick to the wall in front of you where you sit and study. Or just make your own notes, any short notes type of the things, and revises multiple times. From today itself, you will revise the things as many times as possible. I want each and everyone to get selected. I am going to work hard for you, and I accept that you will also work hard to grab this opportunity of EPFO, because this is a wonderful job. Wonderful job. So just what we are saying, just do that, and I'm sure you will get clear this examination. I am definitely 100% sure. But do not break the loop, do not break the cycle. Daily study the dedicated 8 to 10 hours for the EPFO, because there are so many persons who are going to apply for this examination, and the uh, competition is tough. Okay, all focus on Commissioner Avinash Banerjee. You have written all focus on Commissioner. Very good. APFC. Very good. So from the today itself, just revise the things as many times as, do not go from here there, do not go for another sources. What I am teaching you, do not go for another sources. My sources are the best one, and you will get the question from that itself. Mostly for the labor welfare and the labor codes, acts, combining these three things, you will get the 100 pages notes maximum. Okay, so do not worry about that. So coming to the points, enactment of the Indian Factories Act 1881 was significant step towards labor welfare, though it was limited in scope and was applicable only to factories employing not less than 100%. Fine. And the Merchant Shipping Act 1859 had provision for the health of seamen. Seaman means worker. Seaman is the uh, historical word used for the actually understand the layman in the layman language, that is work for used for the workman workforce. Okay, so phase 2 1900 to 1947, and then phase 3 will come. So during this phase, the efforts of expanding the scope of labor welfare gained some momentum. The discontentment caused among workers due to conditions arising out of World War I, 1914-1918, the Russian Revolution 1917, and up of the International Labour Organization in 1919 gave impetus to welfare activities taken up by the employer and the state. Uh, I will just little bit touch the ILO, but in detail you will learn about the ILO in the industrial relation classes. I think the classes is conducted by the other faculties, and he will take this part. So the government passed the Indian Factory Acts 1922 with wider applicability, and the Amendment Act contained provision for limiting the workers hours for both men and women, and other welfare provision for women and children also. So this is the question. This is the question from where the question can be. This is the point from where question can be arise. How? They will ask in which phase, right? The Amendment Act contained provision for limiting the working hours for both men and women, and other welfare provision for women and children. So the answer will be the second phase, which is of 1900 to 1947. Got my point? Are everyone is listening to me or not? Just
Yes,
respond.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes. Everyone, class is good, na? Or everyone is feeling boring or something? If
No,
you
no, sir.
if you feel some kind of any issues, then please let me know. Otherwise, I will not able to understand, because I am not seeing your face, na. Otherwise, I would have uh, study your face shine, because here I couldn't see your face. So I couldn't understand what you are understanding or not. Okay, fine. Yes, sir. Engaging. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Juhi, Neha, Shunil, Paul, NSS. Okay, and try to connect with your original name. What is NSS? है ना? Original name से join किया कीजिए आप लोग. Okay. So the workman Now Employees Compensation Act 1923 introduced provision for compensation in case of injury at work resulting in disablement or death. So these things are also very important. Sometimes you will get question in the PYQs. When you will see the PYQs, you will get that this is only been asked as the question, and this is asked in the mentioned in the options. So they will what will they do? Compensation in case of injury at work resulting in disablement or death. They will remove this word. They will remove this word, and they will ask you to mark the correct. So UPSC, this is the cunningness of UPSC. They will just change the keywords. Just change the keywords or shift the keywords from one option to the another option. And when you read in one go, all the option, you will find that every options are correct, na. But when you have revised the things multiple times, you will understand that yes, these option are something missing in these option. So I have to mark option A or option B for the correct answer. That is why our focus is on completing the syllabus as soon as possible, and so that you should revise the things multiple times. And in the course already mentioned that we are going to provide you the mentorship. As soon as the classes will end, we will start mentoring you guys, the whole members in the group. We will dedicatedly, we will provide you the timetables, how you are going to cover, what you are going to cover in what time. We are going to provide you the exact solution of your questions, queries, and the same time. It will take, sometimes it takes 3 to 4 hours, but do not worry about. Sometimes I am very frequent in this, that if any queries come from your side, I try to resolve as soon as possible. For now, I am just thinking of you guys that you can get selected in this examination, because I can also understand the pain, the struggle of you guys, how you are going through and how hard to prepare for the government examination. So anyways, I am with you, we all are with you in this time. So next, coming with the Royal Commission on Labour 1931 had a considerable influence on welfare activities in the country. With its recommendation, the Factory Acts 1935 came into force. Understand one thing, the Royal Commission on Labour 1931 and with its recommendation, the Factory Act 1934 came into force. Here also one question arises. So just write it down. Just write it down your notes. कि Factories Act कहाँ से आया? The Royal Commission on Labour. The Factory Acts came from the recommendation of the Royal Commission on Labour Act 1931. Fine. This act reduced the working hours for children and women and provided for creches at workplace. Creches at workplace means the perks and the facilities. It also recommended health insurance and maternity benefits. The Indian Dock Labourers Act was passed in 1934, providing for safety at working places on shore and of any regular approaches over a dock, wharf, quay, or similar premises. Fine. In 1942, welfare officers were appointed in the Labour Department by the government. The Labour Investigation Committee, also known as the REG Committee, was appointed by the government in 1944 to investigate the labor welfare measures. So REG Committee, what is it about? So that was appointed by the government in 1944 to investigate into labor welfare measures. This is also the question. Fine. This is also the question. So write it in your notes. In its report submitted in 1947, REG committee reports, we are talking about the REG committee reports, submitted in 1946, the committee recommended extension of the scope of labor welfare to include measures like education, healthcare, relief in case of old age and death, etc. Fine. And now comes the phase 3, 1947 to present. After independence, industrialization began and employment level started increasing. Many welfare legislations were enacted towards this end, including the Factories Act 1948, the Plantation Labor Act 1951, right? So labor welfare funds were created for workers under legislation like the Coal Mines Labor Welfare Fund Act 1947. Here is also important points. Labor welfare funds were created for workers under legislations like the Coal Mines Labor Welfare Fund Act 1947. Welfare provision for workers in almost every industry were made in industry specific legislation like the Motor Transport Workers Act 1961. Throughout these phases, the evolution of labor welfare in India reflects a gradual shift from exploitative practices towards a more humane and regulated approach with a focus on enhancing the overall well-being of workers, right? So this is the things where phase 3 work has been done, and now we will describe about the phase 3, every acts which we had coming under the phase 3 in the detailed manner. So four labor welfare approaches are in India, where we can talk, not much important as per the perspective of the, and it is also understandable by the key terms also, that humanitarian approach, utilitarian approach, right? Paternalistic approach and religious philanthropic approach. Everyone must know about the word itself. That humanitarian approach, what is that? Based on social responsibility and compassion, employers provide welfare measures to improve workers' living conditions. है ना? Such as example, a factory offers free or subsidized meals to ensure workers have access to basic nutrition during work hours. That is the humanitarian approach. Based on social responsibility and compassion, है ना? In many of the, if you have seen some of the companies, multinational companies, I have seen that they are providing the canteen system also. They provide the lunch, dinner also, and many of you have seen on the YouTube also the shorts of that, that some institute from the some company from the Korea, China are providing lunch and menu. Even in India also, there is a name Ramki that works for the recycle of the wastage. They provide food. uh, Even one institution, the coaching institution, I would not take the name of that, maybe that will be the uh, issue on that. They also provide the lunch and dinner. If anyone is working for the late night, then they provide the dinner, and lunch is the mandatory for everyone. So these kind of the things will come under the humanitarian approach. Now moving to the utilitarian approach, views welfare as an investment to enhance productivity, reduce absenteeism, and improve morale. What is the example of that? A tech firm provides gym membership, yoga session, and counseling to promote health and boost efficiency. That these kind of things have been seen in Japan and also in South Korea. We have seen these kind of things. They provide Google, they provide, and now we are talking about the SpaceX. They also provide such gym membership, yoga session, and counseling. They also give the rooms to take a nap after the lunch hour, at least for the 30 minutes, but take the nap. Okay. Now comes to the paternalistic approach. Employers act like guardians, feeling a duty to care for workers and their families. Okay. A construction company gives health insurance for workers' families, scholarship, and host family events. Right. So that is the paternalistic approach, providing the health insurance for workers' families. Many of the companies are providing that, and even institution are providing the health insurance. So this comes the under it. So now moving towards the, there are 14 person who have joined.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, please ask.
Uh, in humanitarian approach and utilitarian approach,
Yes.
both I think so overlap, no?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, understand humanitarian means the things which you can provide for the basic need, right? Yoga session and gym membership is not the basic things.
Okay,
Got
okay,
my
okay.
point? Utilitarian is the comes with the everything for a healthy life. है ना? Basic is what you have heard about the term roti kapra makan. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So that is the humanitarian approach. Means a basic thing. Means first of all, food. Kapra means cloth, and then makan means house. So food, cloth, and house is the basic things. So that is what provided by the in under the humanitarian approach. And the utilitarian approach, you have to provide another things which makes a people's life healthy. So that comes in the gym membership, yoga session, and the counseling. Got my point?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's your name, dear?
Animesh.
Animesh. Okay, okay, Animesh. So if anyone finds any doubts, then please ask me. That will make us our class more engaging. है ना? Okay. So the religious philanthropic approach, motivated by religious values or charity, employers engage in welfare as a moral obligation, not expecting any return. Here comes the person who are living in Delhi have seen some of the persons distributing Bhagavad Gita, है ना? किसी ने देखा है? भाई कोई तो रिस्पॉन्स दे दो.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
हाँ,
Near
good, very good.
Sarojini Market.
हाँ, good. So that will comes under the religious philanthropic approach, है ना? So from where the persons are distributing the Bhagavad Gita, someone is donating the money to work on that. So if, as example, we see a business owner funds free housing or schooling for workers purely out of philanthropic belief, right? If we talk about the our Ratan Tata, one of the gem of our country, है ना? He has done lots of philanthropic work for our country. So that comes in the religious or philanthropic approach. Okay, so these are the four level welfare approach. There is a question, sir, is it like utilitarian is oriented towards something benefit and I think the answer is not for intelligence. I think so. Actually, understand NSS. Actually, the things is for everything is for the company benefits, but these are the approach the company is working on, है ना? Some such as the Ratan Tata. Talk about the Tata company. Tata company is working on the religious philanthropic approach also, humanitarian approach also, utilitarian approach also, and paternalistic approach also. है ना? Or four approaches are being seen in the Tata companies, or four approaches can be seen in the Infosys, or four approaches can be seen in the Mahindra. है ना? But if you comes to the other example, suppose that if you are talking about some small industry making a suppose construction work, if you understand that they will not provide this now, they will not provide this sometimes, they will not provide this sometimes, but they may provide this. Everyone is working for the benefits of their companies all, है ना? So that is the actual things behind each of the things. Got my point, NSS? Good. So labor welfare theories. Just a minute. Labor welfare theories. Several theories have been proposed to explain how and why labor welfare measures are undertaken. Some of the important theories are briefed here, such as the polish theory and the philanthropic theory, paternalistic. Same thing is going with the things. We have understood here now. approaches, 4 approaches. The similar things we are going to understand about the labor welfare theories. Same things here also written. Same things here also written. है ना? Religious theory, same things. Got my point? So these are the things you can, not much important for the preparation of the EPFO examination. Okay, yes, it can be asked in interviews, that if you, but interviews UPSC is taking, so much interviews will go on the current affairs, so don't ever worry about that. Okay, in the free time you can go through it also. So types of labor welfare, we will come to the types of labor welfare. My name is Nidhi, I will change after this class. Okay, NSS, sorry for saying NSS again and again. Will name you as Nidhi from now onwards. Just give me a moment. Okay, so types of labor welfare. Okay, welfare amenities provided to workers may be several types: voluntary, statutory, and mutual also. However, depending upon the whether welfare amenities are provided within the premises of an establishment or outside. Fine. So intramural facilities are those that are provided by the employer to the workers within the premises of an establishment. Example: drinking water, canteen, restroom, crease, etc. All those. So that comes in the intramural. Understand one thing: these are the totally the definition things, subjective things. You don't have. You just have to understand what is intramural, what is extramural, and what is a statutory. The question will be very less chance that it will come from this area. Okay, but again I am just briefly describing it. Extramural facilities are provided outside the premises of an establishment. Example: housing, transport, etc. and all that. Statutory measures are mandated by law. It may be of two types: measures which have to be provided irrespective of the size of the organization or the number of people employed there, in like first aid, urinals, etc. And so it comes in the statutory measures. Question will come from here that drinking water, canteen, restroom will comes under intramural or extramural or statutory. Then you have to mark it that in the intramural. Okay. Restroom is something different and washroom is something different. Bathroom is something different. Do not get confused between these three things. Understand here. Here the first aid, urinals. We are talking in statutory things. Do not put it into intramural. Do not put it into extramural. Got my point? So be very attentive in class. And what I am saying, just write it down. Measures which are to be provided subject to okay, fine. Listen, such as that I have. You're not teaching in board, sir. Oh my god. All classes are here only, sir. Yes, all classes are here only, dear. Understand one thing. How will you make the notes of these things? Short. Okay, just write one thing. Write intramural and write it that drinking water. Then write canteen, restroom, such. ठीक है? And then again write the extramural, right? Extramural, and then write the outside the premises of an establishment, जैसे housing, transport, etc. है ना? This kind of things you can make the short notes of your own. Okay. Statutory measures are mandated by law. It may be of two types: measures which have to be provided irrespective of the size of the organization or the number of people employed therein, like first aid urinals, we have understood. Measures which are to be provided subject to employment of a specified number of people, such as canteens, rest cellars, creches and ambulance room. ठीक है? See these points, second points, and see intramural. The examples are same somewhat, but the definition are different. Intramural facilities are those that are provided by the employer to the workers within the premises of establishment. Means anything which are considered as the facilities and provided under the boundary premises of the institution will comes under the intramural. But here it is written measures which are to be provided subject to employment of a specified number of people, such as canteen, rest cellars, creche and ambulance. Right? So these are the things which are being these are being described under statutory. Okay. So next coming to the point is the statutory measures may also be categorized as welfare legislation that provided for general well-being and some degree of comfort, and social security legislation that are protective in nature. We will discuss statutory welfare measures in detail in the later part of this chapter. Fine. Now comes the voluntary. These are facilities provided voluntarily by employers out of humanitarian concern, irrespective of statutory requirements. Example might include additional healthcare benefits, educational assistance program, and recreational activities, which we have discussed in the humanitarian concern sections. Got my point? Now coming to the mutual. So what are the mutual things? Under this type, both workers and employers contribute to the welfare measures. Both workers and employers. है ना? This could involve corporate efforts such as joint health insurance schemes, saving plans, or housing cooperatives where both parties share the cost and benefits. Fine. So these are the things. Now statutory welfare measures. What are the statutory welfare measures and what are the acts in it comes? Okay. We are going to describe these things in briefly here. Okay. Such as the government of India has laid down various labor enactments from time to time, many of which contain provision for worker welfare. Welfare provision contained in some of the acts are specified below. The Factories Act 1948. We are going to discuss about this factories in details in the next of the sessions. We will also discuss about the Mines Act of 19. The acts which we have discussed in the first in the beginning, that labor welfare, detailed overview on labor welfare, payment of wages act, minimum wages act, industrial employment standing order act 1946, trade union act, right? We are going to discuss about these all act very holistically, so do not worry about that when I am skipping anything in the beginning. Okay. So the Factories Act 1948, this is a legislation dedicated to labor welfare and it contains extensive provision for workers health, safety and welfare. So what is the Factories Act 1948 talk about? It talk about the workers health, safety and welfare. Write it down in your notes. It gives the number of canteens, shelters, restroom, welfare officers. Okay. Next comes the Mines Act. The issue of health and safety of mine workers is governed by the Mines Rules 1955, created under the Mines Act 1952. Under the Act and the rules, an employer has to provide the following facilities for the health and welfare of mine workers. What are the following facilities? Adequate and suitable shelters, for taking food and rest, at every mine where 50 or more persons are employed. Fine. And adequate and suitable shelters. Okay, canteens in mines employing 250 or more workers. Appointment of welfare officers in mines employing 500 or more workers and where the number of workers in mine exceeds 2,500. Such welfare officer to be assisted by a suitable qualified additional welfare officer for every additional 2,000 person or part thereof employed. Right? Sufficient supply of cool and wholesome drinking water should be also considered under the Mines Act of 1952. है ना, sufficient supply of cool and wholesome drinking water, sufficient number of latrines. This word, exactly this word is used in the act on the government website, so do not think that I have put it here. Okay, sufficient numbers of latrines and urinal. Latrines means everyone knows about that na. Washroom you are using. Okay, and urinal separately for males and females in every mine, and maintenance of first aid boxes or cupboard in every mine, and first aid rooms in mines employ more than 150 workers. Fine. Do not worry about that. This is not only these things which we have to understand about the Mines Act of 1952. We are going to study about the Mines Act of 1952 holistically. Okay, now comes with the Plantation Labor Act 1951, the welfare measures that are to be provided to plantation works by employers are clean and wholesome drinking water here also, separate latrines and urinal for male and female workers, medical facilities for workers as prescribed by the statement, one or more canteens in every plantation ordinarily employing 150 workers, crèche in plantation employing 50 or more women workers, recreational facilities for workers and their children. Understand one thing. Understand. The question is, everyone, if question asked canteen and crèche comes under intramural and statutory, which we will choose then? Understand again. Canteen, intramural is what? Anything as a facilities provided under the boundary of that institution. Okay. So canteen and crèche is already under that boundary. So it will consider as intramural. Fine. Statutory means the person in that employed also, means the institution is giving employment also with the concerning that work. Means in canteen there are 4 person are working. Okay, suppose that there is a washroom, no one is working on washroom, or suppose that if someone is guarding the washroom, okay, then it will comes under the statutory. If there is no one who is guarding the washroom, then it will consider as a intramural. Got my point? Anything as a facility comes under the boundary of that institution will be considered as a intramural. And statutory means the person are employed in any intramural work will consider as a statutory. There are very thin difference between that. Got my point, Juhi? Yes,
Yes, sir,
Neha.
got it.
Yes, Neha. Military term for washroom is latrine. Yes. Okay. So here, housing facilities for every worker and his family residing in the plantation. Housing facilities, understand one thing. They have also mentioned. Does it mean all intramural facilities come under statutory, but all statutory work doesn't? Yes, you are correct. You are correct, Nidhi. Sorry, your name is Nidhi, na? You are correct, Nidhi. Okay. Workers to be provided with prescribed number and type of umbrellas, blankets, raincoats, or other like amenities for protection from rain and cold. See, do anyone is getting this kind of things, facilities? Plantation Labor Act 1951. Manrega is also comes under the Plantation Labor Act 1951. It also comes under the various act also. But do you think that such kind of facilities are provided to the laborers working in under the Manrega? No, not at all. Why? And why the government is not looking into? Because there is no one to raise the concern on this kind of issues. So that is why government is also not looking into it. Understand one thing: when you will become the civil servant, na, then you will understand the pressure of the civil servant and the work load of the civil servant. He cannot go each and every place to check the things. He has more to work upon. If anyone comes to the person that I am facing this kind of issues, then only he will able to understand the situation and they will work upon that issue. If we take about the examples of the Delhi itself, if we take the simple examples, minimum wages is described by the government of Delhi is 18,200 something or 300 something. I'm not that much sure, but 18,000 I am sure. But many of the laborers are working on 12,000, 10,000, 8,000 in Delhi and giving 8 hours. So what will government do? Nothing. Until you will go, until you will send the affidavit or until you will send the complaint to the government that I am getting this much, this institution is paying this much only to me, and this is the violation of my fundamental rights, then only government will take decision. Then only government will take the action on that. But you are the guys or the girls, the workers, anyone working will think that I will lose the job. Still you are losing your energy on the low wages things. If you are giving 8 hours per day, then at least you should get 600 rupees now for that. That is the basic minimum pay of a person by the government of Delhi. Okay. So government is not everywhere can be reached. If you will not go and understand one thing, the parents see, if you take the example of the parents of your house, what you need when you will go and ask to the parents, na, then only parents will understand, okay, these things also is the, or you will understand that, oh, my sister has beaten me, papa or mummy, whatever, wherever you will go. The parents will understand that my child needs bag, my child needs book, my child needs this food. They will provide you, but after providing you food, it's your duty to make the things clear that no one has been eating that. And if your brother or sister have eaten that food, or if your brother sister has stored your book, then you should visit to your parents and say that my brother and sister has stored. Otherwise, you will be culprit in that. Father or parents will understand that you have told that book. है ना? So that is the things. That is the work of the government also. Now the contract level regulation and abolition. But sir, we raise voice, government tries to stretch up the things and the problems are actually understand one thing. This is not as easy as you are understanding. Animes. है ना? When you will reach out the government, na, suppose that I am giving you simple example. Now you are preparing for EPFO. If I say you that you should also prepare for state PCS, you should also prepare for RBI, you should also prepare for CSC, then there will be some kind of issues with your daily routine. है ना? You will stretch the work. You will try to work upon 2 hours a day for the EPFO, 2 hours for the state PCS, or 2 hours for the UPSC. Then the duration will increase to complete the syllabus. Got my point? That is same thing is happening with the government also. There are lots of things to do, and government do not have the choice that I will not work upon the railway, I will not work upon the labor welfare, I will not work upon the another things. And that there is, so when you will reach at that level, you will understand actually by from the uh, under the umbrella we can also see that the sky is beautiful, rain is beautiful. When you will go under the rain then you will understand that rain is not only beautiful, it comes with the other circumstances also. So this is the things. है ना? So contract level regulation and abolition act 1970, a contractor is liable to provide the following amenities to contract labor: canteen, wherein contract labor numbering 100 or more is ordinarily employed. So canteen, restroom, arrangement for sufficient supply for wholesome drinking water, latrines and urinals, washing facilities, and first aid. Here, understand one thing. Here I am writing the things which are provided. In the next classes or the further, we will describe the things holistically. So under which section it comes, under which section this comes, है ना? We will describe these things, and from there the question is coming. Okay. The Merchant Shipping Act 1958, welfare provision in the act includes supply of sufficient provision and drinking water of good quality, maintenance of proper weights and measures on board, supply of beddings, towels, medicine, medical stores, provision of surgical and medical supply, crew accommodation, appointment of seamen's welfare officer at such ports in or outside India as the government may consider necessary, setting up an advisory board to be called the National Welfare Board or CFEARS, and particularly the establishment of hostels or boarding and lodging houses, clubs, canteen, libraries, hospitals, or the provisions of medical treatment and of educational and other facilities for seamen. Got my point? So this is means this is subjective. You just have to mug up the things. Don't have to understand. Wherever there is something to understandable, I will definitely describe it. Social Security. There will be a class of Social Security, dedicated class. I think 4 to 5 hours class will be on Social Security. You have to understand. So Social Security, the concept of Social Security is based on the principles of human dignity and social justice. According to ILO, Social Security is the protection that a society provides to individual and households to ensure access to health care and to guarantee income security, particularly in cases of old age, unemployment, sickness, invalidity, work injury, maternity, or loss of breadwinner. है ना? You have seen some kind of pension given by the government, old persons, widow, or physically challenged person. है ना? So that comes under Social Security. है ना? Social Security may be of two types: social insurance and another is social assistance. Social insurance scheme is one that provides benefit for the persons of a small earnings, granting as the social security means social insurance means government is giving insurance. Anyone has taken the insurance from the government? Respond in message, or you can also say, speak. किन्हीं ने लिया है सोशल इंश्योरेंस का फायदा गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा जो चल रहा? सो गए क्या सब? Anyone has taken? No sir. क्यों नहीं लिया भाई? लेना चाहिए ना, इसमें क्या बुराई है? कोई नहीं लिया, देख लो. गवर्नमेंट की जितनी भी सोशल सिक्योरिटी ऑप्शंस हैं उन सब को आप लोग जरूर लीजिए. एंड आई थिंक नो वन हैज टेकन द अटल पेंशन योजना ऑल्सो. अटल पेंशन योजना में आप लोग ने इनरोल किया? एनीवन हैज इनरोल्ड इन द अटल पेंशन योजना टिल नाउ? आई डोंट थिंक सो। एनीवन? नो सर। देख लो, ये क्यों नहीं करते? नो। Go to the bank and ask that I want to enroll in the Atal Pension Yojana scheme. If your age is less than the 25, you will have to pay only 269 rupees per month, and you will get a good amount after 60 years. And 269 per month is nothing. And these are the social security given by the government. Just utilize it. There are multiple insurance thing also given by the government by the help of SBI. And so just go and opt for that. Do not, why you are not, you are educated people. You should have tried this. And so social insurance scheme is that provides benefit for person of small earnings as a legal right in amounts which is the combined contributory effort the insured person, the employer and the state. है ना? Yes, in Atal Pension Yojana there is a one thing that if you are a taxpayer, right? If you are a taxpayer means you are filing the RTI, sorry RTR, TDS on TDA, anything. You are doing your personal taxpayer and your income is more than the 12 lakh, then you will not get the pension after 60 years, which is provided under the Atal Pension Yojana. You will get the total amount which you have paid with the good interest rate after the compilation of 60 years to you. Otherwise, if you are not a taxpayer, you will get the 5,000 rupees per month, right? And the 8 lakhs rupees will be saved for your nominee. Suppose that if you are married, then you will get the 5,000. If you died or some person died, then the 5,000 will, half of that means 2,500 will be given to your nominee. And if that person also died, then the rest amount means 8 lakhs something will be the amount will be given to your another one. सर बैंक जाने पर पूरा एक दिन चला जाता और बैंक एम्प्लॉयज का लंच टाइम ही चल रहा होता. देन गो फॉर द डिजिटल सर्विस डियर. है ना? तो आप ऐसे टाइम पे जाओ ना जिस टाइम वो खा पी के आते हो, सुबह सुबह चले जाओ. है ना? जैसे ही ताला खुले बैंक का, गो इन द बैंक कि अभी तो खा के आए होंगे आप, अभी मेरा काम कर दो. Okay. So social assistance, a social assistance scheme provides financial benefits to person of a small earnings as a right which can sufficiently fulfill the any social assistance schemes. बताइए, tell me any one social assistance schemes by the government. Anyone? Yes, tell me any social assistance scheme run by the government, central government or state government. Anyone who knows? बताओ भाई. APY, PM कल्याण, सुकन्या निधि योजना. वेरी गुड. बाकी बच्चे नहीं आते आपको, या यू हैवंट रेड दैट? You will get this everything. You will read everything in social security class. Social security class, you will get the notes of major schemes run by the government. है ना? So some of the important social security legislation in India are the Employees Compensation Act 1923, the Minimum Wages Act 1948, the Employees State Insurance Act 1948, the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952, the Maternity Benefit Act 1961, the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Therefore, we can conclude that Social Security is like a safety net provided by the government to ensure that people have support during difficult times. Okay. So now the social security for unorganized sector, obviously the majority of the workers in India consist of workers in the unorganized sector. There are no social security measure for these workers for maintaining basic living standards and risk coverage, especially in crisis situations such as unemployment, sickness or oh my god, ये क्या हुआ? Just a minute. Such as in unemployment, sickness or disablement. The only exception are the government of Gujarat, Kerala, Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh, which have insurance schemes for the landless agricultural labor. Very good. है ना? The Minimum Wages Act 1948 stands out as a legislation that is widely applicable to unorganized workers, including agricultural labor. Some welfare schemes are being implemented by the central government for specific occupational groups of the organized sector, such as sign worker, handloom workers, and here also comes the BD workers. BD workers. Anyone knows what is BD? BD workers. Anyone knows what is BD? The person who smoke, na, they know what is BD. BD is the local. कोई जानते हो बीडी क्या होता है? एनीवन नोज व्हाट इज बीडी? कोई नहीं जानता, सारे बच्चे यहाँ पे। हाँ, एनएसएस। एनएसएस नहीं जानती है बेचारी। ओहो हो। सिगरेट जानते हो एनएसएस? डू यू नो व्हाट इज सिगरेट? सीन सीन या ना नहीं? हाँ, सिगरेट जानते हैं, तो दैट इज सिमिलर। यस, स्मोकिंग बीडी। यस यस, एनएसएस, सिगरेट, सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. BD is also the local things for the smoking, that is the tobacco leaves rolled, and it is also a kind of a smoking thing. जान जाओ, you don't worry about that. इतना भी important नहीं है जानना, है ना? You have seen some kind of workers or the rickshaw puller has smoking things, brown like things, not like a cigarette, white, but it is smaller also. मैं क्यों इतना explain कर रहा हूँ इसको? ये तो जरूरी की चीज नहीं है, या जरूरी है? यस, जरूरी नहीं है. फाइन. Labor welfare funds. Labor welfare funds have been set up by the government to provide welfare and social security to workers in certain industry. There are 5 welfare funds governed by different legislations, which are administered by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. The acts are Mica Mines Labor Welfare Fund Act. ये acts है, देखिए यहाँ पे लिखा है ना, the BD Workers Welfare Cess Act. That is the BD. Sir, after this class, please tell us the strategy to crack this exam, because I am appearing for the first time in this exam. I don't know how to complete with intelligent mind out here. कौन है आप? NSS. NSS का नाम क्या था? निधि, है ना? ठीक है निधि. Okay, don't worry, you will get. I am here to help you everyone. किसी को भी कोई भी डाउट हो, you can message me on my Telegram ID. ओके, आफ्टर द क्लास. देखिए, आप मुझे अभी काम दे दिए और मुझे याद नहीं रहेगा, है ना? मुझे याद नहीं रहेगा कि क्या करना है. सो ट्राई टू कनेक्ट इट विथ मी, है ना? Sign Workers Welfare Fund Act 1981. The purpose of this welfare fund is to provide housing, medical care, transportation, water supply, educational and recreational facilities, social insurance and security to workers employed in non-coal mines and BD industry, and to sign workers. For building and construction workers, the welfare boards and welfare funds are required to be set up by the concerned state government. This is the important points which you have to remember. For building and construction workers, the welfare boards and welfare funds are required to be set up by the concerned state, not by the central government. अगर कोई भी चीज, if any particular construction is being done in the Uttar Pradesh, then the government of Uttar Pradesh will decide. If any construction is going under the Karnataka, then government of Karnataka will decide. Got my point? Welfare funds fall broadly in two groups: tax cesses and contributory funds. Based funds, tax cess based funds. So what is that? The question was more obviously. This is the first class, Juhi. Understand? This is the first class. Once we will delve into the other acts, na, you will understand that. Oh yes, we need to read many. Na? Don't worry about that. We are going to take every part of the subject. Okay, so tax cess based funds. These funds are financed through taxes or cess levied on specific commodities or industry. For example, the welfare boards of mine workers, BD and cigar workers, etc., are financed by the cess levied on these commodities. The revenue generated from these taxes is then used to fund various welfare programs and initiatives for workers. Okay. Now contributory funds. In contrast, the contributory funds require contribution from both workers and employers. These contributions are pulled together to create a fund that is used to provide welfare benefits to workers. An example of a contributory fund is the Employees Provident Fund (EPF), where both employees and employers contribute a portion of their salary towards retirement savings and other benefits. ठीक है? Some labor welfare practices in India: child care leave. So what is child care leave? Introduced for employees of central government and was introduced as a result of recommendation of 6th Central Pay Commission. है ना? अब जूही, अब आपको मैं ये बता दूं. Juhi, do you understand Hindi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, very good. And the person who do not understanding, that is also good. So do not worry, I will speak in English. Understand? आपने जो जूही बोला कि डायनामिक था क्वेश्चन. Last year the questions were dynamic in the APFC and EO examination. That means that they ask the questions in between the lines. Means they will ask from these employees of central government and was introduced in which 6th Central Pay Commission. Not everyone has ability to keep this kind of information in mind every time. So this seems that the question is very dynamic, difficult, because they are asking in between the line. So everything which is necessary for the examination, I have put it into the notes. And after this, I am try to value edits with our lectures also. Okay. So child leave care. Women employees having minor children may be granted child care leave by a competent authority for a maximum period of 2 years. It means 730 days. These are the things from where questions are raised. During their entire service for taking care of up to 2 children less than 18 years of age, whether for rearing or taking care or any other needs like examination, sickness, etc. During the period of such leave, women employees shall be paid leave salary equal to pay drawn immediately before proceeding for leave. Matlab last day, when you are going and giving the application, if that day you are getting 1000 rupees per day, suppose that, then you will get 1000 rupees per day for the upcoming 2 years of the leave. Okay, it may be availed of in more than one spell. Child care leave shall not be debited against leave account. This is also important to note it down. From here the question will come. Shops and Establishment Act, enacted by every state to regulate condition of work and provided for statutory obligation of employers and rights of employees in the unorganized sector and other employments in their jurisdiction. Fine. Now statutory or voluntary benefits provided by employers to work include loans for purpose like house building, recreational facilities, educational. So purchasing of personal vehicle, convenience, leave travel, concession, fair price shops, and many other facilities. Trade union welfare activities also considered in that. What is that? Though trade union have limited financial resources, They are actively undertaking labor welfare activities within their means, like the Textile Labor Association Ahmedabad, the Rashtriya Mil Mazdoor Sangh. Fine. Now comes the social organization initiatives. There are some social organizations like the Bombay Social Service League, the Seva Southern Society, the Maternity and Infant Welfare Association, and the Young Men's Christian Association that undertake voluntary welfare activities like night schools, promotion of public health, organizing recreational activities, and lectures. So these are the social organization initiatives. Now comes the workers' education and vocational training in India. Importance, what is the importance of it? Education empowers workers to understand their status, rights, and responsibilities as workers, union members, consumer, and citizens. Current scenario, if we ask about the current scenario, the Indian workforce has low educational levels. They don't know about anything. मतलब उनको अगर if you take them and ask them that I will give you 400 work for me for today, they will come and do. But do you think that that is the only thing? You have to provide the food. You have to provide the decent amount, means at least 600. So that are the things where the things are concerning. So workers education scheme, we talk about the administered by the Central Board of Workers Education, CBWE, under the Ministry of Labor Employment. Indian Institute of Workers Education, Mumbai is the Apex Institute. These are the important things which can be asked. Fine. So CBWE conducts training at national, regional, and unit levels via a network of 50 regional and 9 sub-regional directorates. And next coming the vocational training, focus on skill development, non-general education, a concurrent subject under the constitution. Key institution, that is the NCVT, tripartite body under Ministry of Labor, includes reps from government, employers and workers, state councils for vocational training, monitoring training at the state level, ITIs and industrial apprenticeship provide training. Special initiative Women's Vocational Training Program launched in 1977 by the Directorate General of Employment and Training. So these are the things which have to learn about these are the important. Labor research. So labor research is an activity aimed at collecting, analyzing and disseminating knowledge about various dimensions of labor by using scientific methods. The main purposes of most of the labor research undertaken by the government are for problem solving, policy developments and understanding socio-economic condition. Okay. So labor statistics, what about the labor statistics? Labor statistics provide an insight into the socio-economic development of a country. Such statistics are necessary for planning developmental activities and improving the industrial relations scenario of a nation. The following government agencies are engaged in collection, compilation and dissemination of labor statistics in the country. Ministry of Labor and Employment and its affiliated Directorate General of Factory Advice, Service and Labor Institutes, Employees, State Insurance Corporation and Employees Provident Fund Organization. And here comes the redundancy and retrenchment. Yes, other agencies, Office of the Registrar General of India, National Sample Survey, Office Planning Commission and state governments. The Labor Bureau is the main agency engaged in collecting statistics on different aspects of labor since its inspection in 1946. Okay. If anyone has any queries, then please drop the message so that we can take about it. Any questions? There are lots to cover today. Okay. Okay, then moving to the redundancy and retrenchment. So, what is redundancy? Redundancy is the state of being no longer in employment because there is no more work available. Okay, redundancy is the state of being no longer in employment because there is no more work available. Budget constraints and or change in work technology may be the major drivers of redundancy. Got my point? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Now, what
yes.
is the name of this user? User, what is your name?
Nishu.
I didn't get you. What is your name, user? Nishu. Okay. नाम चेंज कीजिए. You just change your name. है ना? User क्या होता है? I'm not understanding properly. So what you didn't understand, Sunil? Please. ये redundancy and you didn't understand redundancy? Sunil, please respond. You didn't understand redundancy? Yes, sir. Okay. Understand one thing. Redundancy is the state of being no longer in employment. Means suppose that you have, uh, or understand one thing. You are making your home. Construction is going on your site. Okay. Construction is going on. You, 4 labor are working on that. After the completion of work, that 4 labor will go for their home. Now they don't have any work. They don't have any work for now. Why? Because the work is completed. Or suppose that you have constraint in your budget. You are thinking that now we will start construction work after few months. Then again that 4 labor will leave your home because they still don't have the work to do. Okay. So that is the things. Budget constraints, or there is no more work, or change in work technology. Suppose that you are uh, for nowadays, suppose that some people are working manual scavengers, as a manual scavengers working, and then comes the robots which do the same things. Then still that work, the change in work technology, it seems that the person who are doing the manual scavengers is now not able to do that, and that is also a good thing. And just I am explaining through the examples. Okay, do not take it as otherwise. Okay, so is it clear, Sunil? So now please note that the Industrial Disputes Act 1947 refers to redundancy as retrenchment. Same things, means these are the similar things. Okay. Redundancy is named as the retrenchment under the Industrial Disputes Act 1947. Okay. Section 2 of the Industrial Disputes Act defines retrenchment as the termination of workman's services by the employer for any reason other than termination by way of disciplinary actions. Retirement, whether voluntary or superannuation, non-renewal of the term of contract, and continued ill health. Please note that employers are prohibited from terminating the employment of a female employee at any time during maternity leave or pregnancy, where the employee would have otherwise been entitled to maternity benefits or medical bonus under the Maternity Benefit Act 1961. Okay. ठीक है. Additional terms. So yeah, seasonal. How seasonal unemployment different from this term? No, that understand. unemployment is something different thing, है ना? Unemployment is something different things which we are going to study in the economy section. Redundancy comes under any kind of unemployment which are under this kind of phases. Okay, so it doesn't means any seasonal unemployment or anything, है ना? Suppose that seasonal employment, how will you consider the seasonal employment when change in work technology happen, है ना? So that is the things. Okay, additional terms, layoff is the failure. What is layoff? What is layoff and what is closure? Fine, so additional terms we have to understand here. Layoff is the failure, refusal, or inability of an employer on account of shortage of coal, power, or raw materials, or accumulation of stock, breakdown of machinery, natural calamity, or for any other connected reasons to give employment to a workman whose name is borne on the muster rolls of his industrial establishment and who has not been retrenched. Okay, understand one thing clear. Layoff. Layoff comes what? When the you have seen that in TCS. Very good. TCS. Layoff. Layoff means that I don't have that much work so that I can provide you the work. Otherwise, one thing is that another aspect is that I don't have that much fund to give you. So that's why also I am laying off the workers, right? So these two things are the, and these two things happens why? So the reasons are shortage of coal, power, or raw materials, or accumulation of stock, breakdown of machinery, natural calamity, or any other connected reasons. Okay. What is the closure? Closure is the permanent closing down of a place of employment or a part thereof, and is taken as one which may have occurred due to industrial disputes and other issues like financial stringency, shortage of power or raw material or coal, inter or intra-union rivalries, accumulation of stock, lack of demand, breakdown of machinery, indiscipline, violence, etc. Closure means permanent closing, है ना? Layoff का means हो गया, you can also come after sometimes when our situation will improve, but closure is no more jobs from this institution. Okay, now managing redundancy, it involves several steps to ensure fairness and compliance with legal requirement. Here are some key aspects of managing redundancy. Need assessment. An employer must ensure that there is a genuine need for redundancy. For this, a work committee may be consulted on issue related to retrenchment. Employers' entitlements, what is that? An employer is required to provide 1 month's notice to any retrenched workman indicating the reason for retrenchment. Retrenchment, समझ रहे हैं ना? What is retrenchment? Similar. These are similar. Closer is Kingfisher Airlines. Very good. Animesh Banerjee. Okay. So employer's entitlement, an employer is required to provide 1 month's notice to any retrenchment workman indicating the reason for retrenchment. Next is the state specific shops and establishments act a specific notice requirement for all non-workman employees. Most states usually require employers to provide at least 1 month's notice or the period specified in the employment contract. Employers are required to pay retrenchment compensation equivalent to 15 days average pay for every year of continuous service to all workmen who are made redundant. For example, if the person has worked for 10 continuous years, then he must be provided with the compensation of 150 days. Some more examples of what? Some more example of what, dear Sunil Rathod? Sunil Rathod. I have seen redundant. Okay. Redundancy means the retrenchment, है ना? तो redundancy का मतलब क्या हुआ? Do you understand Hindi? Yes. I got it. Yes. Okay. Understand one thing. The example of redundancy. Suppose that uh, there is a guarding. Four guarding personnel are there and guarding a building. Okay. Now, sorry. Now what happens? The company owner put four CCTV cameras on the boundary. So what will happen here? The work done by the guarding member is done by the CCTV now, and the owner has appointed one manager who will look all the CCTV camera on a screen in sitting in an office. So that three person rather than means four guard were taken out from that company and one new person has appointed. So though that four person which lose their job due to the technology will comes under the redundancy. Got my point? So this is one aspect. This is one aspect. Another aspect is due to the low budget. You don't have left with the money so that you can provide work to the other people. So that is also another aspects of redundancy. Got Sunil? Yes, sir. Got it. Good. Okay. So the state specific shops and establishment act specific notice requirements for all non-workman employees. Most states usually require employers to provide at least 1 month notice. We have already done this. Gratuity is also payable under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 to all employees with more than 5 years of continuous service. है ना? So gratuity. Remember this point. Now comes the first act. That is the Minimum Wages Act 1948. है ना? I will take 2 minutes break because my jaw is started to tinkling. है ना? So I will keep quiet for 2 minutes. If anyone has any queries, then drop the message. Anyone has, please mute your mic. Those who haven't muted. Fine. So everyone is there, और आप लोग भी निकल गए कहीं? सही है. There is a girl named Anju in our class. Anju, are you there? Yes. So you understand? Are you understanding the classes properly, or you having some issues with that? Because you do not understand Hindi now, right? So you are understanding the class right now? No issue with that? You are able to follow. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Fine. Once after lecture, when you will read the whole notes, you will understand everything very clearly. And do not forget to watch again and again the lecture. Okay. So now comes the Minimum Wages Act 1948. So Minimum Wages Act 1948 is a vital labor legislation in India designed to protect workers, especially in vulnerable sectors, from exploitation by ensuring fair wages. The act empowers government to set and revise the minimum wages for specified employment, scheduled employment. So what are the objectives? To fix minimum rates of wages for workers in certain scheduled employments, to prevent exploitation, to ensure a basic standard of living for workers. Okay. Scope and applicability applies to the whole of India in both organized and unorganized sectors, covers only those employments notified by government, such as agriculture, construction, textiles, etc. Central and state governments are appropriate governments and can fix rates for their scheduled employments. Okay. Now, in the acts, now we are going to read only the factual things. The factual things and the data facts will be the major area. So you have to remember it. Okay. Important definition. Adolescent, 14 to 18 years old. Just give me 1 minute. So fine. Okay. Minimum wages. Okay. Minimum wages act. ये क्या हो रहा है? Fine. Fine. Who is asking? Anju. Anju, the duration of classes will be
Anju, the
15
duration of
minutes more.
classes will be 15
So don't
minutes
worry
more.
about that.
So don't worry about
है
that.
ना? 15 minutes more.
है ना? 15 minutes more.
So important definition.
So important definition.
Section.
Section.
Why this is happening?
Why is it happening?
Adolescent. Is
Adolescent.
voice is clear to everyone?
Is
Or
voice
it
is
is
clear to
echoing, है
everyone?
ना?
Or it is echoing? है ना?
Yeah. Just wait. Now it's okay.
Now it's okay.
No, sir.
Just wait. Now
Now
it's
it's
okay.
okay.
It's again equal, sir.
Okay. Actually, I think it's been time.
2 hours completed. That's why it's echoing. And you guys are thinking that
How the classes could be completed now.
okay, then
We will wind up the class for today. We will meet in next class. Uh, so see you in the next class. Okay. Today's evening classes are rescheduled to tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. If I am available, then I will take the classes in the evening also. Okay. Will be notified in group as well. Okay then. See you in the next class. Till then, bye bye. Take care. If any doubts, then feel free to message me. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.